Bow. Get ready with me while I talk to you about my experiences with acne and I show you how to make this lovely look on acne textured skin. So, as you can see from this lovely clip here, my main qualm is not even just acne, but I get a lot of hyperpigmentation whenever I get a spot or any sort of wound, not even just on my face, but all over my body, like everywhere on my skin. So hyperpigmentation has also been the bane of my existence. If anyone has found something that helps with that, please hit me up because I feel like right now in my acne journey, I've tried everything under the sun and not much has worked, to be truly honest with you. So to start from the beginning, I think my acne kind of propped up in my teen years. I can't remember when exactly, but maybe when I was like 13 or so. And I started off by going to the GP back then, and they gave me this cream. I think it's called Epiduo. It's still around, like you can still get it prescribed from your GP currently as well. For non-UK peoples, like from your doctor, from your general practitioner, whatever you have, whatever healthcare you have in your country. Ironically enough, there's this phrase, the saying that people say, oh, your puberty is when you get your acne, and then once you get older, you'll be fine, your acne will go away. That was a lie! It has not gotten better with age. If anything, it's gotten worse with age, alright? My face looked so much better 10 years ago than it does now. I don't know why. I'm starting to think maybe it's stress, maybe it's the hormones. But anyway, so in the last, I guess, 5 years or so, I'd kind of had enough. So I went to a dermatologist. I was referred by my doctor, by my GP. I was sent to a dermatologist. And the first kind of line of treatment that they gave me was antibiotics. But these are like slow acting antibiotics specifically for acne. So they're given over like a long period of time. So the first course I was on was about 5 months or so. If you've been on antibiotics before, you can imagine the absolute disastrous effects it can have on your stomach being on antibiotics for so long. So took those, but I think after about a month, I started to get like stomach issues. I had a bit of acid reflux, so then I had to take tablets for those. So it was a bit of a mess. But to be honest, the antibiotics did work. However, they only worked while I was using them. So for those 5 months, my skin had definitely improved. And I wasn't given antibiotics just to treat acne. I also have another skin condition called hidradenitis suppurativa. If you don't know about it, look it up. It's sometimes shortened to HS because it's quite difficult to pronounce. So basically, it's a skin condition where you are prone to having cysts in various parts of your body, essentially. So I was on antibiotics for both of those, the acne and the HS. So that was the first step. And again, they worked while I was on them. Once I stopped, the acne came back in full force. So antibiotics as a long-term solution wasn't really, it didn't really work for me. So after that, whilst I was on antibiotics and stuff, I started kind of investing in skincare as well. Kind of started off with Korean skincare. So I do have a skincare routine, but it's very, very simple. I try not to use too many products because my skin can get quite irritated anyone's skin would get very irritated if you use multiple actives at once. So my skincare routine is to double cleanse. So I'll use an oil cleanser. That's from Purito, the one that I use, but I will do probably an in-depth skincare video at some point. But I'd use an oil cleanser, then a gentle like gel cleanser, like one that soaps and suds. And then after that, when I come out of the bathroom, I immediately use a hydrating toner because the more dehydrated my skin is, the more dry my skin is, then the more likely I'm to break out as well. So hydrating toner, then I use a serum that has heart leaf and centella. So the toner and serum have ingredients that are hydrating and soothing for irritation or inflammation. Then I use a moisturizer that has niacinamide and again is hydrating, but I use water-based products because I have combination oily and dry skin at the same time. So hydration, reducing inflammation, and ingredients that are quite good with acne prone skin are what I would recommend. So yeah, once I've put my moisturizer on, the last step is sunscreen. And again, I use a lightweight, watery sunscreen. That's what I use. And then I'll have my actives that I sprinkle in throughout the week. So I'll use azelaic acid. I use that maybe 2-3 times a week. Some skin types are okay to use it every day, but not for me because my skin gets irritated quite quickly. So azelaic acid about twice a week. I use a chemical exfoliator about twice a week as well. So I use the 2% BHA from Paula's Choice. I love that one. And lastly, my retinoid. I was prescribed Differin, which is Adalpine, from my dermatologist. And it's recommended to be used, like to build up a tolerance to it. And eventually you do want to use it every night, is what my dermatologist told me. But again, I haven't really built up the tolerance to use it every day still. So I use it about 3 to 4 nights a week. And I do space out some nights where I don't put any actives at all. And the last one, my absolute fave and daily active is benzoyl peroxide, which it kills acne causing bacteria, so that gets rid of like spots and stuff. And then sometimes when I've got really big spots or stuff like that, I will use pimple patches as well. They've been a lifesaver. I'm currently using the purified ones. You can find them in like your local drugstore. I usually get them from Superdrug. Again, if you're in the UK, Superdrug. So yeah, that's what I do with my skincare. And honestly, the combination of just using that my acne has gotten a bit better over time just by using those ingredients. Like, I make sure that I kind of am very strict with my skincare routine, making sure that I'm washing my face in the morning, doing my skincare, and then at night as well. Again, double cleansing at night. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that as someone who suffers from acne, and it's quite obvious to others as well when they look at me, especially because I usually go out without makeup during the day, if I'm just running errands or going to work. So the amount of violations I've received on a daily basis just for existing, crazy. I can't walk into an establishment without somebody pointing out my face. So the first time it happened, I walked into a hair shop and the vendor there was trying to sell me. He was obviously trying to just sell me a product. I think it was Indian clay, which, it might be great. But my point is I walked in, he was like, oh my God, look at all the marks on your face. You should really try using this clay. I've got this Indian clay for you. It will help you out. I was like, sir, no thanks. Leave me alone. Another violation was at work. A colleague was like, oh my God, like what's going on with your face? Like, oh, you're so beautiful, but it pains me to see your face like this. Have you tried using Salvon, the antiseptic cream? And I was like, listen, I have a dermatologist. I have a skincare routine. I doubt Salvon's going to help me. So yeah, it's difficult out here with acne prone skin. But if you have any tips, drop them in the comments. If you've gone through any experiences like mine, drop them in the comments. And thank you for listening.